Okay, cool.
I should probably put my do not disturb on. Like I told my wife I was doing. I never actually went around and did it.
Jokes on her. I know. It's just dumb. I don't know what to tell you.
Man.
All right. Let's do. Where'd you go? There it is. Folder. Let's do the same thing here. Oh, shitty. I hear the sounds.
Yeah, so we're leaving tomorrow morning, and we're going to drive about halfway and stop at a hotel and then get to the beach on Saturday.
Cool.
We went halfway last year, and it was much better on the kids.
Yeah, so say it. How far of a drive is it?
With the kids, about
Well, I mean, just
9 hours.
just in general. Oh, yeah. I mean, you're talking about stops and stuff, right?
Yeah, because with
Yeah.
kids, stops always take longer.
Longer.
And usually
Yep.
you stop a little bit more frequently, whereas if it was just two adults. Hello, Athena-san. Whereas if it was two adults,
Yeah.
we could probably make it at about 8.
Yeah.
Hello, civilian on base. But which base are you on?
Render projects. There it is. No. All right. And you went there.
All of them. All the base are belong to civilian. I don't know. Where are you from again, Mr. Tambourine? It's a pretty nice headset, don't you think?
I don't think.
Yeah, I know. You have your issues with it.
I don't. I just no, actually, I love my head. I love that. I got the exact same headset. I love that headset. It doesn't work with my Go XLR as well as I wanted it to. It'd be cool to do it like you're doing it, where it's wireless to the computer. But through my soundboard, it is this weird echo thing. And really, and that's not really a complaint because it's not really made to do that, you know.
I don't have any issue running my sound. Like, are you talking about soundboard to your headset?
Yeah, from the Go XLR. Yeah, I go from the line out to the little dongle that broadcasts it, and it sounds like there's a slight echo. There's something there I can hear. It drives me a little crazy. It's nothing big. It just drives me crazy. But I like using it upstairs with my actual gaming system. And now that I'm playing Call of Duty with my son and some friends, I use that, and it sounds great. It's just it's supposed to have that one knob on the right side that's supposed to be more speech from people or less speech and more sound. It really just turns the volume up and down, just like the other side. It's weird.
Well, it depends on if you have to actually have input coming in through each. It's two separate inputs into your computer.
Well, I do it on the PlayStation, so I don't know if I can separate that or not.
You might not be able to.
Yeah, that might be an issue. And it's okay, Joe. It's okay.
You do you, buckaroo. Yeah, we drive through Atlanta going to Sunset Beach.
Yep. I'm aware.
No, I'm talking to civilian, or to Mr. Tambourine. Shift works. Subscribe Twitch Prime.
Whoop whoop. Okay. So I need a mix of just say what, but it's like what. Joe and I did have a meeting, and we need to put it to we need to let our patrons know about that change. I'll put it in Discord.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have another one I guess when you get back from the beach, because I imagine tomorrow's probably busy for you.
Oh yeah, tomorrow is gonna
Yeah,
be crazy.
that's fine. But
Crazy.
yeah, because we want to redo our template and whatnot. But we got in an hour because we talk a lot. We still got our Patreon where we're happy with it. We're just gonna make sure all the patrons are currently going to be happy with the changes. Changes.
I was checking to see how long it would be to get to Sunset Beach, and I put it into Google Maps. I'm like, 152 hours. What?
Walking.
Yeah, it's still set to walking from when I was looking for Airbnbs for DragonCon.
Oh, because you wanted to walk from there to the thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Still no official word other than time marches on.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So it's about an 8-hour drive if you're with normal people instead of kids.
So Nicole was doing something last night on Breaking the Panel. I see where she said she's figured out Nightbot, so her job's almost done. Nightbot timers, yeah, not obsolete, never obsolete. The the robot uprising will not do us right. So yeah, she was doing. So every once in a while, you'd see the guest on tonight, and it'd have our guest name and the Twitch or Twitter handle, and it was really. And there's no bang command; it would just show up. I was like, that is really cool.
That's spiffy.
It is. Nicole, I am probably available at lunch tomorrow. So that'd be noon my time. Was that 8 p.m., 9 p.m. your time? I think it's about 8 or 9 hours ahead. If you might be available. Pulling up
Six
my
her
game.
time. She's 6 hours ahead.
Oh, only 6 hours. Okay. If you're around between 12 and 2, because I can be flexible on when I take my break, and I would be more than happy to connect with you. That'd be awesome. All right, where's the game? There it is. So frustrated. All right, let's go here. Let's check our volume. This should be the opening. All right, just made it. All right. I got an early Father's Day present already.
Yeah,
Weird issue with it last week.
that's me.
Oh yeah, you were just typing it out. Gotcha. Yeah, everybody, the older kids earned money, and of course, my wife has some of her home money. Everybody went in together and got the PlayStation VR set, and it's really cool. And these headphones fit over it just right, so I'm going to figure out how to use the VR plugins. Okay, but these I mean, these are not the same headphones you have on. So I have the same headphones Joe has. I just use them on my PlayStation, and it comes over the headset just fine without putting any pressure on it. And those the Steelix, whatever they are, those
The
things sound
Arctic
so much better.
Steel Series
Arctics,
Arc
yeah, that's it.
7.
Um, and so yeah, I'm gonna see if I can if I can get it to work. If I can unplug the headphones from the VR and use that. Yeah, the Steelix says I need a Steelix right now. My Jeebus. Is it that time yet?
Just
Almost
about
that
a
time.
few minutes.
I'll go ahead and hit record over here so I don't forget that. It is good to go. Make sure I'm turned down a little bit lower than you. I still have been lazy and haven't even begun to look for the plug for my headphone amp. So I think that'll make me feel a little better if I can hear my own voice a little bit louder without it actually being louder on the recording, because it records clearly and loudly. I guess because it has a compressor and whatnot on it, because it's a special mic versus the input from the computer. Um, but I found it's more on Breaking the Panel than here. I find where my co-hosts are lower and I'm much stronger, but in my headset it sounds about the same. You're coming through, and it helps that you're the only other one coming through from the computer, as opposed to three voices coming through the computer. That I can get your volume set and it'll come out about the same.
Yeah, those weirdos.
That is. You know what is really weird though is how tech will just fluctuate from week to week, because everybody's got good professional microphones now. They don't mess with their boards at all, other than maybe Phil, but Phil knows what he's doing. 'Cause, I mean, Paul and Chris both feel like they're the guys that set it and forget it. We're not going to touch anything from week to week, and yet they'll come in, they'll have their mics exactly the same, and it'll be like lower, higher, lower. It's like, what the hell? All right. I'm sorry. HE double Steelix.
HE double Steelix. Okay.
All right. Got the marker. Here comes the fun. And welcome to Pokemon GO Podcast.
Stop.
Okay. Perfect. Oh, good timing, Joe. I'm Charles S. Joe, and we're going to have a lot of fun before Joe takes off for the beach. I heard the dreaded sound, though. With me, for this show, especially, it's the dreaded sound of beer openings, which is why I don't do it. With Joe, it's the as he opens up that Mountain Dew, man. I heard, I was like, no, Joe, no, don't do that. So welcome, everybody.
I will always do that.
As we are recording the Pokemon GO podcast tonight. So yeah, Joe, I am frustrated, and this ties in directly. I told Joe this like 5 times already. I'm very frustrated with the game. Ties in directly to my experience of the week, right? I am trying my hardest to get this throwback challenge. I got hung up for 3 days on a ghost type, man. Played at night, threw out incense at night, everything I could think of. And about the time I complained about it in our Discord, I'm like, what gives with having to get these types that you're not putting in the rewards, right? So I said, 2 challenges back. It was like you get one and you get the other one, and the type you needed would be the type that would pop up as reward, and you catch it. It's just this domino effect. Now, it still wasn't easy, but last week on the last one, you got hung up on the ghost type on the last step. The ghost type on this one was like step 2 or 3. And after I complained, as I came into my house to finish playing for the day, and I'm going out, man. Tuesday, I was out at work all day, and I actually almost did some remote raids. The reason I didn't is like 0 entry. I had that little 0 up, that 0. Nobody was interested in doing it. And it was the ones that I couldn't solo. But I did look at doing some remote raids. I do have some good experiences, but I got stuck on that ghost type, pulled into my house, and the last thing that got you caught was a Drifloon. Awesome. Finished up that one, and I've been stuck for the last 2 days on steel type. I cannot get a steel type to show up for anything. They're not showing up. You know the kicker, too? You know the kicker, Joe? Tuesday night, I got in to the 1 hour incense party, right? It didn't change colors.
Yes, Nate Scout has a great idea for you. Go grab your Switch. Go grab your Switch and get a Melton box.
I can't use magnetic lure currents, thank you, because I'm not near a stop right now. All right, you know what? I can do a Melton box tonight before the time's up. That might help me out. But what more frustrating, though, is I absolutely got into the incense party, and it was pink. It didn't change to orange, so I was disappointed. But Bronzor was everywhere. Guess what Bronzor is? Steel type. That's what he is. Oh my god.
Oh, is he? I didn't realize that.
Because I don't memorize these, right? So I look up, I go to Google and say steel type Pokemon Go, and it usually drops me a list of pictures or something. So yeah. What I thought, I forgot about that one. Bronzor is.
Shouldn't he be bronze type?
Go to the beach and get it over with, man. Yeah. So that's actually funny. So thank you, US Nate Scout. I did not think about using my Switch and getting that Meltan box. Man, now I feel more frustrated because it's last minute, and yes, I'm already going to drop the money on the thing on June 3rd, 6th, whenever it is. Right, I'm going to drop the $8, but that doesn't mean I get the legendary from this one. I needed that Well, I didn't need it. I mean, do we really? Any of us really need any of these things? But I wanted it. I wanted the legendaries while I was working on it, and it's frustrating. I'm gonna pull up my photos.
Did you call your uncle and complain to him?
He's not taking my phone calls anymore. He's like, you complain too much on the show about me. It's like, but it's your fault, Uncle Hanky. You don't give me what I want. I I did get a C dots picture photo bomb. That's it. I got the C dot photo bomb from this weekend. I did get a shiny C dot this week. Got one shiny. I caught, I don't know, 30 or 40. It wasn't a ton, but I was doing something where I could throw out lures or catch, or I don't remember what was going on Saturday, but I did, or Sunday rather. But I did get and play the event, and I got a shiny, so that was really cool. Oh, that's what I got randomly this week. I got me a shiny Krogunk.
Oh,
I actually caught it
nice.
by hand. I did that one just by hand, all by myself. Cause I'm a big boy now.
Nicole's like, I couldn't be bothered to play.
Yeah, she's more filthy than me, but casual.
More casual. You got to be careful how you phrase stuff.
I'm just saying. So that's mine, Joe. What's yours this week?
Oh man. So yeah, I didn't think to use a Melton box either. I haven't bothered with Melton for some time. I really ought to have, but I am sitting here on the steel one as well. But yeah, which it makes me sad because I actually got a Metagross from PvP, but it was before I got to the steel type, catch steel type Pokemon.
Right.
I ended up getting 3 shiny Seedots, evolved 2 of them into Shiftry, and I evolved a normal Seedot into a Shiftry as well. So now I've actually been using...
You had Shiftry before, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I didn't involving the regular ones. I already had a Shiftry, so I evolved my shiny one, yeah.
But no, having the Bullet Seed move is a lot better than what he had before for PvP. And I've actually been using him for PvP this week with quite a bit of success, actually. So I've been pretty happy about that in Great League. So, yeah. I really wish, and I saw someone post this on Reddit. We don't have it in our notes, but I really wish they had a good league that was like capped out at 500 CP.
Okay, all right.
I think that would be a lot of fun, taking the little people into fights.
Yeah, I want to see a Pidgey wreck face. That's what I want to see.
And if it was capped at 500 CP, if I'm not mistaken, a 100% maxed out Shuckle is less than that. Is under 500 CP.
Okay.
I'm going to Google it. I think it's 471. I could be wrong, but I think it's 471.
I think it's 472.5.
No, his max...
$1. I bid $1.
His max CP is apparently 405. So yeah, you could have a 100% Shuckle, and he actually might not be half bad.
I get that. It sounds like it'd be fun. You know, gives you a different stuff to play with and just be fun.
Yeah, I mean, his attack is wretched, but his defense is ridiculous, and so I don't know.
Oh yeah,
ridiculous. But yeah, anyway, I think a 500 CP good league would be fun. That's all.
No, I'm with you.
And I wish I knew who put it on the Sylph Road. I could actually credit them with the idea. They didn't call it a good league. They just said, why isn't there a 500
They call it a so-so league?
Yeah, a so-so league. They call it a McFall league.
Oh, well, that's fair. What was the date last week's show?
The 21st.
21st. Okay, I'm just scrolling back to the... There we go. Okay, through the events or through the experiences of the week.
Okay, I checked it real quick. So it was Gengetsu _Huzoki. So I really had to mention him because he's got the underscore. So just say
you gotta embrace the underscore.
Embrace the underscore.
Ben, when are you gonna get that T-shirt made?
That's right?
Your job. That is your assignment for when you get bored of all the beautiful sand and
make the T-shirt at the beach.
Or whatever. Yeah, design you an embrace the underscore logo so we can get that up there. All right. So if you'd like your experiences of the week shared with us, and we'd love to have them shared with us, you can tweet at us like Squid is a Beast, tweeted at us, and he got one. Also, I think he only got one shiny this weekend. But he always, after every weekend, he asks, how much we got and what we did. And he loves to check in. So you can do that as at Pokemon Go Podcast, or at Pokemon Go Pod, rather, is where you can tweet at us. Or, of course, you can go support the show, patreon.com/Pokemon Go Podcast, and get into our Discord. And as other people have, Terry Wolf has gotten 2,000 Pokestops. No, 173,000. I'm sorry. The medal stops at 2,000. He's at 173,000 Pokestops visited. US Nate Scouts got a perfect Totodile last week.
Yep.
That was cool. Coach Kev got the shiny Glameow. I've been looking. I haven't got one directly. I can go do my shiny search on my Pokemon and see if I got it. Buckeye Fitzy. It was a great day. He says it's a pretty good day. No, it's a great day.
Yeah, shiny Gibble and a shiny Snover. That is real nice.
Yeah, that is really cool.
And he's happy about the muck because it'll be good for Great League, especially in quote unquote next month's Sylph Cup. I don't pay attention to the Sylph stuff, so I don't know. But yep.
Yeah, I don't either, but that's cool. Let's see. Terry Wolf had 11-game winning streak. That's only one more game than me, Terry. You're not really excelling here, are you?
Yeah, man? But he's using a shadow team. If he purified them, their IVs would go up.
Omitting details is not lying, Joe. Come on, man. Come in here. Bravery. Terry Wolf got a perfect Pikachu with a hat, 100%er. He also got Braviary, which is really cool.
The evolved form of Rufflet.
I haven't even seen a Rufflet yet. Oh, I've seen the shadows of the cherries. I just haven't been able to catch them yet or see it.
Well, that's not Rufflet, but yeah.
I know it's not Rufflet. It just reminded me of something else. I saw shadows.
Okay.
So, man.
If you don't get one, I've got plenty of them.
I'm sure. I'm sure I will. I've been going out a little bit more and doing things. Community Day, US Nate Scott had to work, but he still got 11 shinies having to work. So congrats on that one.
Grass poison type. Is that I'm trying to figure out his team because, sorry, someone said that they're trying to build his team. It looks like Gardevoir there, and then Mawile. And yeah, I was going to say, it looks like Victory Bell just based on the little tail there. Grass poison type. So, yeah, the chat is saying that it's probably Victory Bell. Which it based on the moves and the typing, because all you can see is a little tiny bit of it. But yeah, I can almost guarantee it's Victory Bell as well.
So Coach Kev got a Shiftry. That is a 0 attack and a 14 defense and 11 health or 11 stamp. What is that?
Oh, nice. That's good.
Why? Remind me why 0 attack is good.
Well, look at the CP on it. That's why it's good.
I can't. Max. No, there it is. 1,500. Oh, right at the marker.
Yeah. So it's perfect for Great League PvP.
Got it. Looks like shiny Snover. I love the shiny Snovers.
Yep.
That's cool. Coach Kev you can't tell. Why post it if you can't tell?
The sunburnt Pikachu?
Yes. So he got a shiny Pikachu with the hat. And also a Purugly and Glameow, both in shinies. Oh, Popeye. What did he get, Joe? What did Popeye grab?
Spinach? I mean, a Reshiram.
He's never heard that before. Man, look at that thing.
Yep. The Fire Dragon.
Fabian, we're missing you live, Fabian. Fabian says, I have an EX Ray gym in my town now. I'm so happy. Even though those EX Rays are on hold, I'm excited for the future.
That's pretty awesome.
That is really cool.
And Terry already has 100% Reshiram.
You know what? Terry, you need to get your own YouTube channel, your own pot. Because honestly, even I'm going, I don't want to hear about this again. Of course you've got 100% Reshiram. You've got probably all of Gen 8 that Quoty Fingers hasn't been put in the game yet, but I guarantee you he has all of them, and they all have 100% on them. He's just not telling us about it.
See, I haven't fought a Reshiram yet, but Shiftworks is saying that Reshiram is really tough to catch. He's super far back.
Mm.
So, Um,
And you got a lucky Reshiram too. All right, U.S. Nation. Normally I celebrate, but it's like Terry's like whoop-pow, whoop-pow. It's like, how many times can you whoop-pow me, man?
a lot.
U.S. Nation, a lot.
Multiple times every week.
All right, we got to skip through some of this. So, U.S. Nation got a shiny Piplup, but again, you can't tell.
Terry got a couple more shinies,
yeah.
and then in chat, Koreans 2311 got 3 shiny Bronzor during the Spotlight Hour. That's pretty awesome.
Nice. I caught a few. I was just at the time that Bronzor came out. I was like, "Come on, Ghost type. Come on." Nope, you're not Ghost type. And I was just
during Spotlight Hour, you're not gonna get any Ghost type.
It was close enough. Well, I mean, honestly, technically speaking, you can get anything. It's whatever they choose to put in the hour, right?
Yeah.
So you can theoretically.
Ooh, Coach Kev tossing bits.
Throwing them out there like
you know why he's tossing those bits, don't you? Shout out to Coach Kev's daughter's 17th birthday.
Oh. So
he's making it rain.
Oh man. So there you go. So experiences of the week. Somebody turned 17 and we got 5 Pokebits. Very cool. And then you're gonna be gone next week, Joe. You're gonna be at the beach. So I am hoping though, because last time you went to the beach, there was 2 stops and that was it.
There were 2 gyms and 2 stops last year. We'll see. I'm hoping since Wayfarer's been up for a while.
Yes, that's what I was getting to. Yeah. I'm hoping for you that somebody's putting some stuff in. That'd be cool. I don't know why I said fur. That's just dumb. Nicole. Oh, that was it, right? 3 shiny Bronzor. We got it. This takes a second. Be patient, people. That's all. You know, if you really want it red crayons, go into anyway.
No.
Nah.
We mentioned crayons experience of the week. Nicole she didn't hear it.
No, I think she did. She's just there's the delay and she cracks the whip. That's what she does. So she does. So before we get to the news, letting everybody know our show's on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, Twitch, YouTube, everywhere you want to be. We are there. Just search for Pokemon GO Podcast. And on YouTube, you're going to have to get past the people who stole our name for a little bit, but you'll find our lovely faces when it's there.
Yeah, they put last I haven't looked at theirs in probably a year and a half, but last I checked, they were only putting out an episode every 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, at best. Yeah. All right. So we've got some news, and of course, Joe wasn't happy and he went and found more news. So let's see what we can do. This is the headline. He was not obviously a comment on Reddit, but my opinion on Throwback Challenge. This event could have been more fun if and proper to be called a throwback event if there were wide varieties of spawns rather than impossible to catch starters and the same 2 to 3 groups spawning. Yeah. I mean, that's my complaint with types. I'm never going to click through and you're going to TLDR it for me. But that's my complaint with types. Like, okay, you know you have this event going on. You know you're requiring ghost types, you're requiring steel types, you're requiring water types. Break it up, man. I mean, I wouldn't complain if I'm just sitting at home and I'm not really playing. But when I go out to where all the Pokemon are in Covington, I mean, there's like now, because people have been adding stuff, there's I think 20-something stops in about 6 blocks that you can easily go shopping if you want, you know. And I still couldn't find a ghost type, right? I was just got lucky to get one. That's it. But what are they saying here on Reddit?
So the TLDR is basically the title of it, but then they break it down and say, look, to them, the best out of the 4 weeks was the Kanto one, because this is coming from Darkrai 705. He feels that the spawns had a better variety for that first week. The starter spawns were better balanced. There were fewer starters. They weren't being overwhelmed by starters like we have been with these other weeks. And then he felt the reward was better. The Mewtwo gave the most candies for them. And the biggest downfall to the event was the do a raid task, which I agree, especially during this pandemic, that shouldn't be part of it.
Right.
So, yeah. But then from then on, a ton of starters and only a handful of other Pokemon spawning. And I think that's a fair assessment personally. US Nate Scout says there was more than 4 Pokemon in the wild. And you're not wrong, US Nate Scout. But it felt like the drop rates, it went starters, about 2 or 3 other from the generation that were being spotlighted, other than the starters, and then a handful more that were spawning, but way less frequently.
Right. So, like, all I'm getting right now is Turtwigs, Piplups, and these
and Chimchars.
Freaking Pikachus.
Yeah,
some Chimchars, but
yeah.
Pikachu with the hat's like, for every one Chimchar, there's 5 Pikachus with a hat. You might need one electric type, maybe, through one of these throwbacks, but you don't need 50,000 of them. And that's, and I don't know, man. I mean, I've seen some variety, like I said, when I went out on Tuesday and I was out all day, but not enough. Yeah, now Glameows and yeah, man, it's like, oh, we're gonna turn on these 4.
Yeah, the starters, the Pikachu with the hat, 2 or 3
got
others.
A Magnetite. Come on, finally.
You got your steel type.
See, we call the name of Hanky. Let's see if I get it. Not shiny, but I just need a steel type, man.
You should just toss all the berries at it. All the berries. Stuff it up with berries so that it's impossible to run away.
It just sinks to the ground and sits there waiting over like, oh my God, the berries. Oh, not the berries.
But yeah, I feel like this is a fair criticism of the throwback event. So
yeah, I agree. Now I'm getting Snovers. I'm just sitting in my house, right, doing the show. So not even roam. I do have a lure or incense, right? I got incense going to try to. I did attract that Magnetite finally. I'm about to go to the next thing, but now Snover showed up. Whatever. If he's hanging upside down, it's a Magnetite. I don't hear it.
All right, you do you.
I always do, my friend. Always do. Yeah, Corinne, I'm done with the hatted Pikachus. It's like potted meat,
Well, you say you're done, but you're not really, not quite yet, because the next thing that we're going to talk about is a checklist that was thrown together. I don't think this is our Fabian, because this one says that
they're Mark. Is it Mark 1 or Mark 3 or whatever, Fabian?
No, this is Fabian FL111, but it says they're marked as Germany. And if I'm not mistaken, our Fabian is from South America.
Yep.
But anyway, this comes to us from a different Fabian on Reddit, which I think they're just posting it from DH Pogo News. Yeah. Anyway, it's a checklist of all the different costumed Pokemon and which ones could possibly be shiny. So for instance, all of the different clone Pokemon, they could not be shiny. But I think just about everything else it was possible to be shiny. Almost. Detective Pikachu couldn't be shiny. And the clone Pokemon.
So Shiftworks has something I was already thinking about. He goes, I thought on the Hatachus, would they be more exciting to catch if they had the dual typing of the type of the hat? Yes, absolutely they would.
I was wondering about that the other day as well, especially considering I'm on the catch a steel type Pokemon and Lucario is steel fighting. I'm like, huh. See, but I got
a question for you.
But that gives you an issue where the hat is a dual type. Which one? I guess they just have to choose one.
Maybe be like,
because you'd still be electric.
Power. It would randomly give it to you, or you could spend I don't know, not a TM to change the typing, but you can spend something to change the typing, but you'd only get it'd be like the TMs where they come up randomly out of the 3 moves that they can have.
And the funny
Right.
thing is this wouldn't even be the first instance of an item changing a Pokemon's type, because Arceus, yep, are they? No, they're not mentioning. I thought someone was mentioning in the mainline games. Arceus in the main series games, you give him an item, and there's an item for each type in the game, and that determines what type he is. And so, although this is not a mechanic in Pokemon Go yet, it is a mechanic in Pokemon, just specific for Arceus. But I think it would be cool to include that for this as well.
Yeah,
So,
your Snake Scout, like, does that mean? Sounds like Shaggy. Does that mean that the hat is alive or controlling the Pikachu scoop?
he's possessed by the hat.
Oh man, Toxicroak shiny looks so good.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
I am a little jealous about that. The mint green.
Yeah.
So, if I was gonna do it, let's see. Lucario would probably be the hardest to determine which type, but Charizard, you'd go with the fire type for the secondary typing. Umbreon is just dark. Rayquaza, you'd go with the dragon type, because I consider flying to be his secondary or less defining type. And then Lucario, I don't know if I consider him more fighting or more steel type. But yeah, I think all the rest of them are pretty easy to determine which one would be the secondary typing that Pikachu would get. But they didn't go that route. It's a wonderful idea, but they didn't do it. Shiftworks votes for fighting for Lucario. So, but I kind of want to go with Steel, just because I think Pikachu Libre should be electric fighting.
I get that. And Steel would have helped me out by catching it in this throwback challenge. Now, guess what I'm stuck on now, Joe?
What are you stuck on now?
Earn a candy walking your buddy.
Get stepping.
And I did do I guess you could call it a life hack, if you will.
You just gotta start shaking.
You know what? I need to put it in my pocket and just start pedaling the little bike, like the desk bike. Yeah. I'll probably go out after this and just get it done, so I can really get through this. But the life hack is, don't just do your buddy. I went through and found the buddy that only needed 1K to get a candy.
Yeah, there you go.
And I made sure I had that buddy on.
Yeah, US Snake Scout says to change it to Magikarp.
No! I already
walk that Magikarp.
I already have a skeleton Magikarp from that Magikarp 2617 watch, whatever it was. But yeah, you get that 1K candy and do it that way. You still have to get the K done, right? Actually, I've got 0.8. I'm at 0.82 K right now on this one, so I should, if I get 0.2 K more in the drift, I might get it while we're doing the show. I don't know.
You might.
All right, so upcoming community day. I have not actually looked at this yet, so this will be a nice surprise for me.
Oh, so you don't know the results of the voting yet, then?
I'm out. I'm done. Quit. Show's over. I'm out. This is the there's no freaking way this won, except for the Murder Hornets.
No, this is exactly what everyone was hoping would win.
Why? Why do
we talked about it last week?
No, we just said vote for that if you like Murder Hornets.
No, we voted for the main two. This is for 2 months. June 20th, and then we don't know the exact date for July.
That's all I got to say about that.
I think you're about to walk your buddy a little bit.
We'll walk this off. Weedle is a good pick all around. I play the game differently. I don't think so.
Well,
I don't.
The nice thing about Weedle, in contrast,
can't get excellent throws either. He's so freaking tiny.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong there. But the nice thing about Weedle is he didn't have his shiny yet.
Oh, no. Jackitk, make that a title suggestion. Because if all the options suck, Charles, Weedle was the lesser of the four evils. Oh, that's yeah, that's the title. That's the title. Weedle was the lesser of four evils.
And last week you were saying how you liked his shiny the best out of all of. Well,
Well, you
I
could
take that
tell.
back.
So
You
yes,
liked Sandshrews as well.
I did like Sandshrews as well.
But last week we talked about how Weedle would be a good choice for those that want a new shiny, and that Gastley would be a good choice for those that want something that's competitive for PvP.
Gastley did come up. Well, I like Gastley just because I haven't seen one in a very, very long time. And so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but his
But
shiny is like meh. But what's if or when they finally put in Mega Evolutions, shiny Mega Gengar is pretty sweet. Shiny Gengar, not so much. Shiny Mega Gengar,
Okay.
good stuff.
It's good stuff.
Good stuff.
All right. So the lesser of four Weevils is what won. Well, you know what? You won't be able to tell with the Weedle hardly if it's shiny, but as soon as you start evolving, or if the evolved evolution, damn it.
Oh,
The shiny the shiny evolutions show up. They are blatantly different, and that is cool. I know we even named the show last week Bring on the Murder Hornets.
Yep.
Yeah, so
they listened. Uncle Hanky may not be taking your calls, but he's listening.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing.
Or at least looking at the title. One of the two.
Weedle is going to be standard. 12 to evolve to Kakuna, 50 to evolve to Beedrill. You can learn drill run. But Gastley will be free if you trade the Gengar. Or Haunter,
that is true.
Trade the Haunter. You'll get a free evolution, and you can learn Shadow Punch.
Yeah, well, and you can trade either Gastley or Haunter, and the evolution from Haunter to Gengar will be free.
Okay. It doesn't matter.
At least that's how it's worked in the past. I don't see why they would change that now.
Yes. All right. Now, we know this game is so rock solid, right? They don't do anything that can break it ever.
Never, right? ever.
I will say, last few updates have been pretty solid as to not crash a game, as in opposed to the first 2 years. The update came out, you couldn't play for a day or so because it crashed the game. But what's going on that's going to break the Great League?
Well, so currently, and it's a huge, well thought out post from a Redditor named Pirogue, has a ton of video evidence where they can replicate the issue. Basically, what happens is when there is a mirror matchup, they're able to replicate where one of them gets one fewer a fast attack because of lag, because of device issues, and things like that. And so, yeah, they're calling for Niantic to dig into this because they are able to replicate the issue, and
that's always helpful. Especially with video evidence. If you can replicate, that helps the coders.
Oh, yeah. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos within this post of them replicating the issues. And, yeah, a lot of data in here. Take a look if you wanted to see more about the specifics of this. But basically what it boils down to is there is an issue where even if it's a identical matchup, one of the people will get one fewer fast attack. So it desynchronizes. Yeah. So, and let's face it, I've been in battles where I've lost by a sliver of health, and one fast attack would have made the difference.
Yeah. What I love most about this post is got TLDR. It has a TLDR of the TLDR, which is one sentence.
Yep.
And I'll be honest, man, I keep forgetting until I need to battle another trainer. I keep forgetting about PvP. So
well, you better get on that if you want that Pikachu Libre. Just another costumed Pokemon. We know those are your favorite.
Well, you know what though? That was a whole different thing. That one is a whole different thing. It is harder to get. And am I mistaken? It's a whole costume, not just a hat on top of Pikachu's head.
Oh, correct. Yeah, it's a full
Yeah.
Lucha Libre.
I get tired of these little punks in this game. These tiny little Piplups, and he's like, and these Turtwigs. It's like you spin, they just stare at you. The second you take your finger off the string, pop. No, look here, you little Piplup. You get your butt in that ball, or you be happy about it. So hey Joe, you cannot rejoin the remote lobby if you have 0 remote passes in inventory after exiting.
Apparently
That's
not.
an interesting bug.
And that's not cool, Niantic. Not
that
cool.
means you used your last remote raid pass to get into that lobby.
Yep.
Something happened, as it does. I mean, it's not just like somebody backed out. I mean, it could be.
Well, and it could be you backed out.
Yeah, you backed out to do something. And because if you use a raid pass and you got so many players and somebody's pulling up, everybody goes, okay, back out of the lobby. You don't burn that raid pass, right?
So you don't. Last I checked, I mean, it's been a little while since I've raided with other people, but we were told that they wouldn't be the passes wouldn't be consumed until the battle started.
Okay. And okay, this one is not back out. This one is error out or otherwise leave the lobby. So I guess you could back out. You'll be asked
you
to
could
spend
run
another
away.
pass to re-enter. This does not actually consume the second pass, but does not require you to spend. But if you use your last one to get in, if you had 2 and used one, had one left, technically it'll ask you to use it, but it won't burn it.
Exactly.
But if you have 1 and you error out, so no fault of your own, I'm going to say here, you can't get back in because you don't have 1 to not burn. If that makes sense. I can see that being frustrating.
Interesting. Jackitk says that that happened to him earlier this week, and issue didn't happen. Like he left.
I didn't use. I used the pass. Never in battle. Just lobby and never got it.
Oh, okay. So not this error. He went in and the pass was consumed, but the battle never started. Interesting.
Yeah. Civilian on base said it happened to him too. So guess who's not happening to? This guy. So if you don't raid, you don't lose your passes.
Oh man.
Yeah. That is a frustrating bug, and obviously needs to be fixed. I'm still waiting for not waiting for it, but I guess the official embracing of the home features, where they drop the guides and whatever. But I gotta tell you, the bonus stuff I've made more stamps on my venture
now that they give you
things. Now, yeah, because I'd go and get stuff from spins when I was going out into work and stuff. But on my field research, every day I've gotten something this week because they're giving you these bonus ones, right? And sometimes even the throwback challenges count for you as well. I don't know if they're supposed to, but it did. And before we hit the break, I want to ask you about a bug that I'm noticing because it's not happening all the time.
Weedle? Yeah, he's gonna be shiny.
Beedrill. Let's just call it Beedrill and be good with it. I can be good with Beedrill. But no. I'm hunting types, right? I'm hunting specific types. And I do not remember them, but I can kind of tell from the tiny little type circle of their name, like, well, that's obviously not a steel type, right? Or not a ghost type. Because
the type circle above there, are you talking about the weather boost symbol?
No. When you go to catch, you go to catch them, it puts their type just below the camera symbol on the screen. Like I'm on Pikachu right now, and it gave me the Pikachu Thunderbolt. Because he's electric type, right? It'll show me that. When you first go in, it'll show you that, and it'll go away. The glitch I'm noticing is it's not always showing me that, and I'm only noticing it because I'm hunting types. Right, I'm trying to get that steel type or that ghost type or whatever.
I see. Nicole says that it shows them sometimes and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah,
I always ignore those. I just clicked on a Turtwig, and the grass symbol popped up and then went away.
Yeah, Yeah, so it does that sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. And every once in a while it stays on the screen, which is weird. But yeah. All right, so we're going to take a quick break for the podcast and of course here on the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Pokemon Go Podcast. And we'll be back in about 30 seconds, I think is what this thing takes. So enjoy, everybody. Oh, yeah, I can put the marker in, that'd be easier. Marker there. All right, let's hit this. I do actually kind of like how it does the ads on it. Now, I did not keep our screen up. It blocked our screen out, and it has been going and putting our screen up to the side, but that's all right in here. Oh, yeah.
Podcast is made
again.
The Pokemon Go podcast is made possible 100% by you and other listeners just as awesome as you are. If you want to support the show and get a little something in return, just go to patreon.com/Pokemon Go Podcast.
Yep.
Wrong one. Nope. Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is, what's called again?
Yes.
Lindsay
I only have
Sterling.
like 5 of them, and it cycles through. Man, I love a good, whatever you want to call it. I love a good remix, right? Now, this to me would be like a dubstep remix, and some people don't like the dubstep, and some people do take dubstep too far. This is a great fun song, and I'm definitely open to songs submitted by listeners. Like, hey, go find this one, or here's a link to that one. I easily can record it, cut it, pop it in for a few seconds. It's a fun way to come back in, right, Joe?
Yeah, like the Magikarp song.
Yeah, I guess I could get you the Magikarp song if I have to.
We know it's Nicole's favorite.
No, baby Magikarp, baby Magikarp, baby. I can't do it. All right, Niantic forgot about a feature to invite friends to remote raid.
It's true. They touted that as one of the features that was going to come with remote raiding, but they never did. And that's basically all it is. Do you think that they forgot about it, or they just had trouble implementing it? What do you think happened here?
It is very hard to tell because I think it goes against their nature. So I don't think they forgot about it. I think they're like, maybe they won't notice because we really don't want them to do that. We want them to go out and play.
There actually is an official response from Niantic for this. I just was curious if you had.
I honestly just, I mean, I think it kind of goes against their nature. I don't think they want to do it. So either it did slip through the cracks because they were really focused on other things, or honestly, they're like, look, I know you can get sick, so we're gonna do it because we have to, but we really want you out playing with people. So, well, what's the official response?
They're still working on it. They haven't forgotten it. It's their soon TM.
I got my extra 20 in drift. So another little hack for Pokemon, life hack, not cheating hack, is if you're not getting the drift, if your person's planted in spot, close the game, leave it off for 5-10 seconds, reopen it, and it almost always, as it's getting signal, you get a little bit of drift. And yeah, I got that little bit of drift and needed it. Okay. So this happens from time to time. Did we get a warning that in the spring devices were going to fall off of Pokemon Go? We usually get a warning saying, hey, at this date, you can't use the iPhone 1 anymore to play Pokemon Go. It won't be supported. Did we get that warning?
Not this time. And it's especially because, the person that posted this is Pavel1269. And they actually linked to Niantic's own article stating what the compatibility requirements. And they have an Android phone, and according to the compatibility, now this is for the Pokemon Go Plus system requirements and compatibility. So that kind of makes me wonder, because it's not necessarily Pokemon Go's compatibility what they linked here. But anyway, the Pokemon Go Plus compatibility says Android 5 and above. But according to, and this again has another response from Niantic Indigo stating that they haven't changed their device requirements with the most recent update. And they actually said, hey, or the Niantic Indigo says, hey, make sure that your Google Play Store is updated. So Niantic Indigo thinks that perhaps it's a Google Play issue. Who knows?
Okay.
This might just be a support ticket that they really ought to have opened on their own. But it got a lot of buzz today stating that, and there's actually other people who have also reported similar issues. And now it could be, rather than an Android compatibility issue, it might be a phone-specific issue. So they said they're using a OnePlus One Android phone. I'm unfamiliar with that.
Yeah, it's like almost like a prepaid, I think.
Okay.
Prepaid
well,
phone.
I know that like all of my apps on my iPhone updated recently, and when I tried to open some of those apps, and my wife had a similar issue but with a different app, it said something about how I had to repurchase the app, that I was no longer approved for it or something like that.
Okay.
And
I did not run into that, so it is a phone by phone thing.
Yeah, and it was different apps for my wife. My wife had an issue with one app. I had an issue with a different app, but it was the same error message, and I just had to uninstall the app and reinstall it. And so it could even be as easy as that. Did you turn it off and turn it back on again? There's a reason why that's the very first thing tech support will tell you, because that fixes a lot of issues. Like it's crazy how many issues that actually fixes.
Yeah, it has to do with the release of the memory, and sometimes things just get hung up when the memory is all junky and whatnot.
Yep.
Right? So
I mean that's the main part of it, but yeah, there's a lot more underneath. But yeah.
So after all my complaining, guess what I have to catch now for this throwback?
An electric
type. Yep. Absolutely. All right, so we're gonna keep moving on there. Pokemon Go. Oh yeah, I did see this. Now this is interesting. They've never done this before. This is almost virtually an all-day shutdown of the servers. Monday, June 1st, Pokemon Go is going to be down. For now it's 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. So for the most part, not when people are going to be able to play.
Yeah, it's not like it's the middle of the night hours. This is middle of the day hours.
And is it local? Oh, it's specific. So around the world, so on the other side of the world, it's middle of the night hours, right? But some parts of the world is maybe prime catching time, right? Depending on how your time shifts, whatever. What do you think's going down, man? What do you think is going to be such a big? Maybe they're turning it off and back on again to reset all their memory.
Well, I wonder if they're trying to address some server issues specific with PvP. Yeah, civilian on base. They are hoping turning it off and on again will fix PvP.
Okay,
yeah. But yeah, Nicole says that she plays mostly at night, which for her this would be night, right? Because if she's 6 hours ahead of us, this is Pacific time, so that's 3 hours back from us. So that's 9 hours for her. So yeah, this is evening for Nicole.
Yes.
But yeah, this is huge. Yeah, this is
a really big thing. That's a major.
I'm hoping that this is a pretty nice upgrade, that a lot of this server lag that we have with PvP will be rectified with this. Now, I hope a lot for Pokemon Go, but it's very rare that those hopes are fulfilled. So I don't want to get I hope, but I also don't want to hope too strongly, if that makes sense.
It does.
So, because they don't actually list why they're doing it or going into details, which I mean, it doesn't really matter. All they say is that they're doing server maintenance.
Now the real question for me is, are we going to get a thank you for your patience gift? Every other game
they won't.
I've ever played. I know, but let me finish rubbing it in on their nose, rubbing their nose in their dirty poop, going, no, bad Niantic. Every other game I've ever played on the phone, If there's any kind of issue here, sorry for your inconvenience. Thank you for your patience. This is a 7-hour. The game does not exist. You cannot play it. Shut down. They should come back. It should be all shiny and new. It should be Detective Pikachu level graphics that we're looking at. It should be like, here's the couple hundred, Pokecoin. Not Pokecoin.
I want 100 Pokecoins for every hour that the servers are down.
Oh Lord, right? I'm not hating on that. But something, right? Because free is free. But we need to storm Twitter and demand Pokecoins. Yeah, I'm down. I was like, please, sir, can I have some more? It's been 3 years. I'm almost out of my Pokecoins. I need you to refresh my bank, Uncle Hanky. So, and Lemmies, why can't you be electric type? Come on, you're killing me. Limited release of reality blending and Pokestop scanning is coming to AR functionalities on select phones. Now, reality blending, that is the AR just in general, right? Well, so this is where it's going to detect. I can see the Sudowoodo hiding behind a tree, like physically.
Was it last week or the week before?
I think it was last week,
where we talked about how they were demoing how they would pull this off, and they show there's a couple of GIFs on here.
I see it,
and it shows Bulbasaur on one where it's turned on and one where it's turned off. And on the one where it's turned on, Bulbasaur actually goes behind a tree here. Now, it's not the smoothest transition.
No, but it's a transition.
It's a good start because this is relatively new technology. Well, I mean, this is brand new technology. I shouldn't say it is new. This is a new field, new technology, and so there's going to be issues as they incorporate it. I'm not going to use it. Not that I have a choice, because it's only going to be available on a couple of Samsung Galaxy. So the last 2 generations of Samsung Galaxy and the last 2 generations of Google Pixel. So those are the only devices that are going to be able to do this. But even when it gets to me, I'm not going to do it.
I would do it just
maybe once.
Play with it once. Yeah, once. I'll try it.
Just like that whole AR sneaking up on a Pokemon thing. I did it once and haven't touched it since.
And US Nate Scout says that sounds like the reason the servers are shutting down.
Yeah, it could be.
Wrong.
Actually, yeah, that's actually a really good theory. Is that they're trying to bring this reality blending. You okay there?
No! I swear to you, Joe, until I got Magnetite, trying to catch a steel type, all I got was Pikachus everywhere.
And now you get nothing.
A dozen. Now I'm getting 0. Now I'm getting a Abomasnows. Cool. I don't need one of them right now.
Literally, because it's an ice type Pokemon.
Yeah, because it's an ice type Pokemon. I was like, where are you kidding me right now? I got 2 Chimchars and a Abomasnow. Seriously, you cannot flip the switch that fast. You're not listening. Hankey's listening live. He's listening live. He flipped the switch because he's listening live.
He's manually sending you stuff. He's like, all right, let's queue up this Pokemon for his incense, and then this Pokemon.
It's just so frustrating. It's like, no, seriously, you gave me 1 million of them, and all I need is 1 now, and it can't be bothered. Awesome. So Pokemon,
you're sure that Hankey's your uncle and not your big brother?
You never know. I was adopted. I wish. No. So I don't know, man. This game trolls me sometimes. It definitely feels like it trolls me sometimes. Oh, now I get a rock type. I haven't seen a rock type in freaking months, it feels like. Now I get a Geodude. Yeah, that's the thing. All right, Pokemon Go Fest 2020 is a complete flop. I mean, it's a completely reimagined virtual event experience coming July 25th and 26th. What is going on? Because this could be okay. It's from the headline.
Yeah. So they had, and we've mentioned this probably about a month or so ago. They told us that Go Fest this year would be from home. So instead of going to Chicago or Dortmund or Yokohama, which was this past year, this year, everyone worldwide, global, on the 25th and 26th is going to have Go Fest. The question is, are we still going to have to, ticket holders, we're going to have to buy tickets, but we will be able to attend both days. So it's not going to be a single day ticket. It's going to be a both day ticket. So yes, they are sad that it won't be in person. But yeah.
You know, Joe, I got a place for you to stay. You could drive down to stay that weekend. We could pretend we're in Chicago. Barry could probably drive in. You know what I'm saying? We could do our own little mini Go Fest.
I know there's some people in Chicago that are trying to angle for us to go there still.
Yeah, the Chicago's always one of those back, which I dig. I dig that.
Yeah, because somebody was like, "Oh, it says that we get to play in our backyard. You guys are welcome to come play in my backyard."
Oh yeah, that Shea Folk in the backyard there is.
Oh yeah, the Folks backyard is pretty awesome.
So good.
But no, in our Discord, Zenzalu was like, "Hey, come play in my backyard. I'll grill. I'll have some brats. It'll be great."
Dead to me though. Can't do it. Not gonna happen. Do you think it's gonna be a full $25?
I don't know.
That was what it was before, right? $25.
That is what it was, but it was limited. So I wonder if this will be an $8 event. I feel like it's going to be more than $8. So, because other events that we've had recently have been the $1 bonuses for Community Day, which I guarantee it's going to be more than that. And then there's the $8 events with the new legendary Pokemon. And so I doubt it's going to be, I think it's going to probably be more than $8, but is it going to be the full 20? That's the question.
Yeah, that's the question.
Coach Kev thinks it'll be the same price. They don't actually list a price here, which is probably beneficial to them not to list a price here, because they've gotten in trouble in the past because certain countries, when you list a price, it has to include the tax. And they've gotten in trouble in the past for that. So it's probably smart that they did not list a price here because...
There. Give it to me.
Yeah,
sorry. Pikachu showed up. It's like, give me Pikachu.
But yeah. US Nate Scout is guessing that it'll be $15.
I would say, yeah. I agree, because you don't have to pay live staff. You don't have all that extra stuff going on. Yeah, we're not getting any... Hey, Joe, so email your contacts. See if we can get some swag, even though it's not a real event. I love the swag that we got, man. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I want the swag, and I want the air-conditioned bathrooms sent.
Well, technically, you have an air-conditioned bathroom, I would hope.
Wrong.
I mean, I know you live in Tennessee and you're a little backwards, but, you know.
And I want lunch, and I want it all in my backyard.
I think honestly, okay, let's ask this question, because this is the last headline. We're going to get a few other things before we get out of here. But, Joe, what's too much money? Like, yeah, even 2 days, it's just not worth it. What's too much money for you?
If it's $20, that's fine. If they're going above 20, then I'm like, really? Because this is a global event now. This isn't a show up and do it here event. Because they're right. That interaction, we're gonna miss that.
Yeah,
that
we're not going to see all our
fun.
Friends that we get to see when we go to Go Fest.
Yeah, and US Snake Scout, same thing. Anything over 20, it's gonna have issues.
I'm kind of thinking, okay, at 15 and below, sure. For 2 days, I'll drop that and see what's going to happen over the weekend. Anything over that, give me a list of some of what you're giving me, some of what I'm going after, some of the tasks. Because those are fun. It was really a lot of fun to do the tasks at Go Fest. Oh, dude, I think I just finished up the Throwback Challenge. Holy crap. But
pulling it off in the twilight hours.
Yeah. Cresselia. Oh, my Cresselia. You're so pretty. All right. So there she is. But yeah, I need to know, is it going to be like going to Go Fest with all the tasks and the special spawns? And if it is, which I would imagine
those spawns are going to be turned into incense spawns. So they're going to be making money off of incense. They're gonna off of people buying incense, unless they include incense as part of the as the ticket when you buy the ticket. But still, so uh, like Coach Kev said it. Look, they're gonna make more money. There's no lottery needed. They don't have to limit the number of people. Everyone should be able to purchase if they want. So they're gonna be making a lot more money. They don't have to. I don't know if they've had to pay Chicago. I would assume they did to mark everything off because they had police there and everything. So I would assume.
Oh no, yeah, you gotta pay for the license, the permits. Rather, you gotta pay the police to do extra stuff out there. You gotta do. There's a lot of costs.
Yeah. And so they're saving that. They're saving live staff being there because they have when they do these live events, they have a ton of staff there. It may not look like it, but quite a bit. What are you? Oh, you caught your Cresselia.
I got my big bird.
Yeah, and so they're the number of participants is going to be huge. So last year, they in this article they state over 600,000 trainers came to the live events last year. Okay,
we put our numbers in.
So I would guess that they're going to have over 1 million participants.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to make way more money than they did on tickets at the physical event because of limitations, right? That aren't there now. And like Nicole said, that they might do $21.99, but include lures and incense. Well, if they did both, that I think would be a great thing. $15 just to play all weekend, or $21.99 gets you a bunch of extra stuff on top of it.
Yeah. Well, and are they going to have... They state that all ticket holders will be able to attend both days. I was going to say, what if they do, you could buy a 2-day pass versus a 1-day pass, but it doesn't sound like they're going to do that.
No, they're just going to let you play.
Yeah, they specifically mention it. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We do have some hints on what Pokemon will be available, which none of them I'm all that crazy for. I'm kind of wondering who the regional is going to be, or if they're going to do multiple regionals, because normally the regionals at these events are tailored for the location. Each event has a different one.
Yeah.
So are they going to do this? Because they've got region-specific Pokemon already. Are they going to say, okay, this region has this for the event, this region has that for the event? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. This is going to be worldwide.
But in the graphic, of course, they have Pikachu, of course. Luckily, there's no hat. Yeah. So we don't have to worry about that. Now they've got Jigglypuff. They've got Oddish. They have Cherubi's evolved form, which I'm blanking on the name. Cherum. Cherum. So Cherum's, and then in the background they've got a Alolan Executor.
Oh god, I was like, where? Oh yeah, the 2 bars in the neck.
Yeah. You see, all you see is the neck. Back in the trees. That does not
make me excited.
None of that makes me super excited. Now I wonder, and I've seen people throwing this theory out there quite a bit. 3 of those Pokemon are Grass-type Pokemon. I wonder if Shaman is going to end up being the mythic Pokemon that we get from this event. And I'm kind of hoping we get both forms of Shaman. Because Shaman does have a land form and a sky form, though I hope, but I also don't dare hope. Again, same thing.
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah.
And so a lot of people are wondering if we're going to have Shaman, because one of them's grass type and one of them is grass flying type, the different forms. And so they're both grass type, and there's 3 grass type Pokemon, and the background is all grass and nature, and so the theory I've been seeing,
the backyard.
Yeah, because that's where we're going to be playing. It's in our backyards,
right?
But yeah.
Well, not me. My backyard's kind of crap.
And then there is some specific wording in the announcement, Oh, I lost it. But there it is. At the very end of it, it says, "Until we can all meet again in the same park and under the same sky, let's go." And so, people are wondering if, again, that's a reference to Shaman's sky form specifically, Park and Sky. Yeah, so the land and the sky form could be Shaman.
Yeah.
So
it could be bad writing, but it could be Shaman. So, all right, we are at time, Joe. So let me make sure I'm hitting the right button here. All right, we do have a speak pipe. So let's get this. Make sure this is routed where you can hear it. This is yep. All right, here we go.
Hey, you guys! Cheeky Nashville here, and I'm from Nashville.
Woo!
And I got a question for Charles.
Whoa! What? No.
Hey, brother.
Yeah.
How you been getting on with the throwback challenge? Have you been completing each week?
Oh, don't know.
If not,
don't.
You need to get good, brother. It's not that hard. Just ask Joseph Hart.
It is. I spoke Joseph Hart.
You in your place.
No.
Anyway, don't let it elude you like the Snorlax.
Oh, come on, man.
Joe, I love the Joe, and I really love the show. Anyway, peace. Cheeky.
And that obviously I can't do good. I do an okay Cheeky, but it's like he does Cheeky himself better. Don't frustrate me, Cheeky. And I smoke Joe for the most part. You finished it before me this time, but I got you on the last two.
I'm not done with it.
You're not done with it? So I smoked him on all three. Come on. Is that Joe Exotic? Coach Kev has him for Cheeky Nationals Joe Exotic. That would be amazing. That would be so amazing. Calling us from jail. That would be so amazing. Oh my God. Oh my God, that hurt. All right, Joe, hold on. I got you one more. Yeah, make sure. I gotta just make sure. It's new, so I'm making sure it's on the right place. Here it is. This one. All right, you ready, Joe?
Yep.
Hey there, this is Cheeky Nashville, and I got a question for Joe. What time is it, brother?
It is time for random trivia. And this week, because the theory is Shaman, I wanted to talk about Shaman. Shaman is the gratitude Pokemon, and like I said before, has two forms, the land form and the sky form. And so the land form is just a grass type. The sky form is grass flying. Got some random people. We got random trivia going on here and random craziness going on in chat. Looks like we're getting swarmed by bots. But Shaman's Pokedex entry says that it lives in flower patches and avoids detection by curling up to look like a flowering plant. Now, I think that's specifically mentioning the land form, which looks like a little hedgehog. And so he curls up like a hedgehog would and looks like a plant because that's what's on its back. Now, we're definitely not going to get its shiny form. We don't have any mythical I take that back. I'm pretty sure we do have some, but any of the ones...
We don't get them right out of the gate, though.
Yeah, well, and the ones that have been at Go Fest, I don't think we have any of their shiny forms at this point. But I actually really like Shaman's shiny form, which is kind of the green becomes like a teal color.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. Anyway, so Shaman, also known as the Sky Warrior, reference to its sky form. It is hopefully the mythical. I would like Shaman. I like Shaman. He's pretty sweet. But again, looks like a hedgehog, somewhat looks like a chia pet. And then the sky form almost looks like a mix between a terrier and a reindeer-ish. And its name, Shaman, apparently comes from a combination of the Chinese word for thanks or gratitude and hedgehog. though it could also be a play on the word shaman. And then apparently Shemayim is Hebrew for heaven or sky. So there's a lot of different ways that they could have derived shaman from. And for the longest time, and I gotta think that it's still this way, but shaman was huge in the trading card game. Like every deck had shaman for the longest time. And like we've said this before, we don't neither of us keep up with the competitive scene for the trading card game,
right?
But there was a while where the shaman cards were going for a lot of money, and so yep. But yeah, so it may be shaman, it might not be shaman. I think there's sufficient evidence to say that there's a good chance that it'll be shaman at GoFest. So,
all right, that's cool, man. And so, hey, here's what I would like from our listeners: do like Cheeky Nashville, call in a quick little thing of saying what time is it, Joe. You can say your name like he does, or as people have been doing in the chat tonight, everybody's putting yep for things.
Yep.
So call in a yep. And I'll put it on the button. So when he says it or we need it, maybe your voice will come up saying it.
Or
awesome.
Call in with the what time is it?
Exactly. Either one of them. We'd love to have you more involved. I can put them on the buttons. It's really fun. So hit us up. And that will pull us into how you can get a hold of us. I'll go ahead and jump to that speak pipe one. So if you go to PokemonGoPodcast.com, that's how Cheeky and other people are calling into the show. There's a nice tab there. Any device with a microphone. So it can be your tablet, your phone, a computer like Joe and I have with the whole podcast setup and everything. Whatever works, get your voice into the computer. You get up to 90 seconds. So you can actually talk a whole lot in a minute and a half. But if you want to call in your yups and or your what time is it, I can cut them apart. I can edit them, make them separate sounds. Do that. We'd love to have you do that. So PokemonGoPodcast.com / or not / but rather right there on the sides of the tabs, the speak pipe. Click that and you're good. Email show at PokemonGoPodcast.com. Reddit's r/PokemonGoPodcast. Facebook is /PokemonGoPodcast. Twitter's at PokemonGoPod. And Twitch.tv is Pokemon Go Podcast here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. We record the show live in front of an internet audience. And that's about it. Joe, where can they find you on the webbage?
You can find me on Twitter at Joseph_Ard. Embrace that underscore.
You need to embrace the underscore.
Embrace the underscore.
Point it back at Pokemon Go or something right now until you use it for something else. You can find me, Rock Got a Pod, across social media. You can look up Charles McFall. Either way, you'll find me and find all my stuff. Lots of great stuff out there. I got another show coming up. That's why I'm kind of rushing. I got a show in like 15 minutes. Roughly that I'm going to do over on FTH Beyond on Twitch. And then on Wednesday nights to do Breaking the Pen on GSG Media. So lots of other cool stuff going on. Oh, tune in 2 weeks to hear Joe say.
I'm so burnt. I'm a shiny Joe now.
Oh, well played. Well played. All right, there's that. Save all of those. All right, everybody, you know they can bust FPV. What's up, man? Thanks for jumping in. Hey, stick around. There's a link there. It says, where'd it go, Nightbot? We might need it again.
It's right there.
I need to scroll down. Thank you, Nicole. Click on that showbot.tv link and come vote for the title of the show tonight. Oh, Nicole,
and three of them mentioned Magikarp.
I did not even see where Nicole called it Charles McFall League. That hurts. That hurts a little bit. All right, so votes. Walk the Magikarp.
Yeah, do you still need a shiny Magikarp? I could trade you one.
Yeah, no, I don't want you to trade me one. 4 of them mentioned Magikarp. Weedle is the lesser of 4 evils. But that was Jackitk. So here we go. Jackitk and Weedle was the lesser of 4 Weevils is actually what they changed it to, which I thought was great. Nicole submitted Charles McFall League. Mr. Tamarine 19 says Walt that Magikarp. Pokemon Go Podcast. Charles wants to rub it. 9 knows in it. Nicole says Magikarp Watch 2020. Karan says Walker of the Magikarp. So if any of the Magikarp wins, all 3 of you will get credit for it since it's basically the same thing. Not cool, Niantic. And Nicole put in. I love that one. Have you tried turning it off and on? Civilian on base and remote Go Fest Nafu by Currens. And let me give a shout out while we wait on the voting to everybody who's still here in the room. We got Thinasan, Busta, FPV, Coach Kev, 413. If I skipped your name,
Coach Kev just added one. Happy birthday, Victoria.
Yeah, well, you know what? You can vote for that. Absolutely. Currens, 2311, LEP. LEP's lurking tonight. I like the LEP. Jackitk K, Lady Jasmine's lurking tonight. Check her out. Mr. Tambourine 19, Rimastino, Shiftworks, which, by the way, Shiftworks, I still have my bullet box. I'm a little afraid to put it on my shelf because that's vinyl, right? So that's kind of a plasticky, terrible thing. Like you can rip. So I'm wanting to work out how to get my box on there without messing something up. Maybe I'll put some cardboard down. We'll see what happens. Civilian on base, Tade, US Nate Scouts, and then I'm pretty sure the rest are bots there. So there you go.
A lot of awesome people in chat tonight.
Yeah. Lots of good chat, lots of good input. We appreciate you all. Now I will be back next week with a special guest. Joe will be back. You know what? The wonderful and talented Nicole 0991, who, even though she automated all the announcements, she still has to be here with the band hammer because you can't automate the band hammer. So
yeah, those bots.
We need her. And actually, she's going to help me out tomorrow. We're going to, this one, whatever I learned for the other show that she's going to help me with, may actually translate when we upgrade our slides here, Joe. So templates, whatever we call them. Anyway, you sound so sad saying my name, US Nate Scouts. But yeah, that's cool. Let's see. Let's go back to the voting. And we've got 5 for Weedle, is the lesser of 4 Weevils. There's 3 for Walk That Magikarp. What do you think, Joe? Looks like Weedle's going to take it.
Looks like Weedle's going to take it. Took the vote on Twitter, and is taking the vote here.
Hey, you know what? We may not agree with the results of how Niantic does things, but we're not dumb. We're absolutely going to ride that hashtag to the grave and get some of that backwash off of the Weedle votes.
The backwash.
I don't know what to call it.
And who did you say actually put that?
Jackitk K.
That's
Jackitk
right.
K
Okay. All right.
So I'm going to get out of here, everybody, but I look forward to seeing you next week. And Joe, I'll catch you in 2 weeks.
That's right. You won't be seeing me next week. Bye. Nope.